was a very good experience. There were several students who worked with us over a period of, I think, 2 summers, right? And in the end, you know, we got these systems that, you know, I think the people are quite proud of, to the point where, as we speak, that's how many years after, some of them are still being maintained. Some of them are still very functional, you know, and if you were to speak to the owners of those systems, right, I think you would get the impression, which I am expressing to you, that it was worth the effort.
As a casual conversation between Professor Jane Kolodinsky of the University of Vermont and Mr. Philip McLaurin, former director of the Consumer Affairs Department at the 48th Conference of the American Council on Consumer Interests in California, has blossomed into an agreement of cooperation between the government of St. Lucia and the University of Vermont. This agreement has been in existence for 15 years, and throughout which time we have seen both private and public sector agencies reaping the benefits of this relationship.
The Pitons Management Area is St. Lucia's premier protected area. It was designated as a World Heritage Site in 2004. So it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It has become, or it became a UNESCO World Heritage Site because of its outstanding natural beauty and the number of sites, the numerous sites within the Pitons Management Area, like the Sulphur Springs, all the waterfalls, the nature trails, the Gros Piton Nature Trail, you know, the Tet Paul Nature Trail, and the outstanding and stunning beauty of the pitons themselves. Around 2013, the PMA office found out that the University of Vermont had a long-standing collaboration with the Department of Commerce, where they came once every year in early January, and they conducted research in collaboration with the department. I spoke with a former commerce officer, Damian Monrose, and he gave me the contact information for the faculty representatives of Vermont, and I had an initial meeting with Kevin Stapleton in 2014, and it took us almost 2 years to formalize a relationship and to commence a program of collaboration in research to inform decisions within the Pitons Management Area. We planned an initial research program in 2016, and it focused on finding out the level of public awareness of the Pitons and World Heritage within the Soufrière community and other parts of the island. The following year, which was last year, we developed this further and focused specifically on the Soufrière, on the town of Soufrière and environs, and we built on that research, and we were able to generate very important information about people's awareness of the Pitons Management Area, people's awareness or perspectives on the benefits of World Heritage, and their own perspectives, their perspectives on what improvements could be made to increase awareness and to increase benefits of World Heritage to the community. I believe that this relationship with the University of Vermont has provided us with an opportunity. When I say us, the Tour Management Office and the Department of Sustainable Development, for an opportunity to learn valuable lessons about how we can improve the programming of the PMA office and how we can increase public awareness of World Heritage and implement programs that can increase the benefits of World Heritage to Soufrière and the nation at large.
When I got that call and my principal spoke to me and told me, hey, we have an initiative with the Ministry of Commerce, and obviously I had to come up with an idea. And I said, well, hey, we have this environmental club here. Let us use this as a forum where we could get our students to, just take a holistic approach in terms of teaching them life skills that they could use, as I said, throughout life. This year happens to be our 7th cycle of students that are coming from the university. And of course, I believe this is the 15th year of this endeavor coming together. So definitely we believe that it's something that has been working. One of the positive things that I've realized is that during that time, when the students are here, we tend to see the numbers going up in our environmental club. Everybody wants to be part of the club. Everybody wants to join. Everybody wants to do something. They want to play games. They want to join the activities that the students allow our students to take part in. One of the things that I realized over the number of years that the students have been coming here is that after they leave, it's like we have nothing to really show that they were here. And during the last cycle of students from the university, I decided to have them paint some murals on our wall to say, well, hey, this is our legacy, this is what we left, and that was done in an excellent way. The students found creative ways to allow our students to interact with some of the materials and the resources that they brought in. And you will see later on the murals that they left. And this year, next year, we hope to continue with the murals. At our school, we have now given each class a planetary name. For example, you would have the grade 1s being Jupiter, you will have the grade 2s being Saturn, and so on and so on. So this year, we want the University of Vermont students to continue painting the murals, and this time we will do it in our auditorium, which is a key place of meeting where we have our assemblies, parent-teacher meetings, and so on. When we have little get-togethers, this is where we do it.
But one of the very challenging activities which we were confronted with was the fact that some of the settlements, some of the communities like Oleon were on very impermeable material, meaning that if you were to construct a septic tank, you were not privy or you were not able to construct the soakaways that would function properly because the soil there is so shallow that the waste from the septic tank would practically, flow on the surface. So we needed to find a way to manage that waste so that the effluent or the end product can re-enter the water system without, putting people's health at risk. And that is where we were more than happy to get the assistance of the University of Vermont in providing us with the technology that would be able to substitute for the type of sockaway that existed at the time that was creating the health issues to the people within these settlements.
Yes, so they don't take the smell of anything.
There's no smell, nothing, because everything is done inside there, the process.
You never tell us what's there.
Yeah, because when the water comes from the septic tank, you see, if you look at them.
So what they introduced to us was something called a constructed wetland, right? So the waste from your septic tank would go into this concrete structure, which had several, technical systems within it. But in the end, it would take that waste, purify it, and release it into the waterways, right? And the good thing about the way they participated or the way they engaged us was to help us identify, easily accessible materials or locally accessible materials that we can use. So in other words, if somebody wanted to do it on their own, on their own house lot, right? They wouldn't have to import anything. They can use materials from the area and construct this wetland. We knew at the time that it was quite effective because we used to take samples of the waste, of what went through the system, and brought it to SEI for testing, right? So the unit that we use, or the indicator that we use, was E. coli, number of units of E. coli, right? Or parts per million of E. coli, coming out of the system. And we know for a fact that this thing worked very well. And over time, it greatly reduced, the problem within that area.
A very big thank you. The Ministry of Commerce wishes to take this opportunity to thank the Government of St. Lucia for endorsing this agreement of cooperation. Professor Jane Kolodinsky and the team from the University of Vermont for this timely intervention. Mr. Philip McLaurin and the Consumer Affairs Department for the dedication in fostering this collaboration. All our social partners and other agencies that collaborated toward making these visits by the University of Vermont team a success. As we celebrate this milestone, we do look forward to celebrating even more record-breaking milestones.